Okay, I'm going to represent the product of a two-digit number using an area model. So if I have the problem 23 times 16. So I have two factors that are both two digits. So I can take those two numbers and put them on an area model. It would look something like this. Okay, so you would take your 23 and separate your 10s and your 1s, 20 and 3, and your 16 factor and separate into 10 and 6 for your 10s and your 1s. And then you draw a line to separate your 10s and 1s. Now, of course, this space is longer because it's 20 and this is just 3. They don't have to necessarily be in proportion, but you do make this, this rectangle a little larger. So then you think of an area model as finding the area of a space. So the area of this rectangle here, which I will highlight so you can see, we're going to find the area of this rectangle first by doing length times width. So that's 20 times 10, which is 200. Then to find the area of the smaller rectangle here, we would do the length is 10 and the width is 3. So 10 times 3 is 30. Then we have an area here, down here at the bottom, which I will just go over with green so you can see. The length would be 20 and the width would be 6. 20 times 6 is 120. And then we have this small space here, which is 3 times 6, which is 18. So we have our 4 rectangles. We have the area of those 4 rectangles. So on our model, so then we just add up all of the areas. We have 200, 120, 30, and 18. So we just find the sum of those 4 areas, which is 368. So 23 times 16 is 368. Okay, I'll do one more example so you can see how this works. In this problem, we have 25 times 14. So you take the 25, split it up, your 10s, you have 2 10s, so that's 20 and 5, and 10 and 4 is 14. You split your model up so you can find your areas of those 4. Okay, and our first area here is our large area. We have 20 times 10 is 200. This rectangle here is 5 times 10, which is 50. Sometimes they have a hard time seeing the length here, so you can copy. This length here is 10, so this one has to be 10. That one is 20, so this one has to be 20. So if you need to, you can do that and then just do 10 times 5 is 50. Here would be the length on this rectangle would be 20. The width is 4, so that is 80. And the length here is 5, and the width is 4, so that is 20. Okay, and these are just our lengths and widths, so we don't add those in. So to find our total, we would add up 200, 50, 80, and 20. Find the total. 13, 15 is 30. So our product is 350. That is how you would use an area model to represent the product of a two-digit number using an area model. You can also use an array. We use base 10 blocks a lot, and the kids have practiced drawing base 10 blocks on a smaller scale. So if you had the multiplication problem 16 times 22, okay, you could draw your base 10 blocks, sort of like we did the area model. For 16, you would draw a rod for the 10, and then you would need 6 ones. So this would be 10 and this would be 6. And then you would do your 22 coming down. So you'd need 2 10s. So you would draw 2 rods. And then you need 2 ones. So this represents our length and our width. So we have 16 here and we have 22 here. I'm going to highlight this so you can see this better. Okay, then we need this to be an array. We have a length and we have a width, so we need it to be a rectangle. So what we would do is, if this is 10 by 10, then we can turn this into a 100. And this one is 10 by 10, so we would turn this one into a 100. This is, to me, is a little harder concept than the area model. But once they get the hang of drawing it, it's pretty neat how it works out. These are ones, and this is 10, so 10 ones makes another rod of 10. So we can do 10s 6 times here, and then we would have another 6 here. Okay, and then this is 1, and the length is 10. So we can do 1 row of 10 here and 1 row of 10 here. Now these cannot be 10 because it's only 6, and this is 2. So we could put 6 ones here and 6 ones here. Now we have an array, and it is 22 on this side and this side, 16 here and 16 here. So now we have an array, and now we can just add up our total. So I have 2 100s, so that's 200. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 10s, which is 140. Or I could have just counted by 10s and got 140. And then I'd count my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ones is 12. Add them all up. 352. And if you go back and do the standard algorithm to check it, 2 times 6 is 12. 2 and 1 is 3. Drop our 0. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 is 3. Add that partial products up, and you should get the same answer. So this is how you would draw an array for representing the product of a 2-digit number.